is Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom. Yeah.
My name is Zainab Sammaz, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jan Faria, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Yes.
Take one. Well done.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paolini, and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Ready? Play.
Hello, Fergus.
Hello, Carson. How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I am good. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. We are today following Tallon Griekspoor, but in the semi-finals of the Marrakech 250 versus, I don't want to botch this pronunciation.
Kamil Majchrzak.
Majchrzak is the pronunciation. Majchrzak's had a fantastic week in Marrakech and looking to take down the top seed, but Griekspoor's looked brilliant all week, back to his usual self, and especially on the clay.
Absolutely. Match has just started here. Griekspoor serving. You have a prediction for this one?
I'm going to say Griekspoor in 3. Mainly because I feel as though Griekspoor's just going to have too much consistent quality, but with the way that Majchrzak's been playing this week, he's been fantastic. So he might be able to take him down, but we'll see. Griekspoor obviously expected to play in Monte Carlo next week, so maybe he might tactically sacrifice himself here for Monte Carlo, but we'll see. We've seen players do that in the past, but we will see.
Yeah, I think we're gonna Griekspoor in straight set. I think. Of course, a tactical sacrifice is possible, but he's been playing very well this week, and he reached the top Wells, and then had a bit of a foot issue in his match against Holger Rune, and then skipped Miami to be ready for the clay. So, been playing well. 15-30.
Early chance already for the Polishman. We should be joined by Brenner in a very short amount of time, which would be nice, but at the moment, point just playing out. No. Majchrzak went for the lob, but it wasn't quite there for him.
Just a little bit long.
You'll have to excuse me that I keep reaching down like this. It's because I'm currently dog sitting, and he's likes to stick by my side. So yeah, it's not my usual place of setup.
Yeah. Well, maybe you can show us the dog at some point during the stream.
The dog's name's Charlie. He's a little sausage dog. But yeah, slice from Majchrzak not working out, and it will be game point to start things off for Griekspoor. I will show Charlie at some point. Yes. I really am a fan of Griekspoor. I really like his game, and I really like the whole entire vibe he brings to a tennis court. So I'm not saying I'm supporting him in this matchup, but I would like to see him win a title. I don't remember his last title. It might have been. How are we doing, Brenner?
How we doing, guys?
How are we doing? Oh, and Majchrzak forces the error, and it will be juice. First game of the match. How do you see this one going, Branna?
I think it should be tight. You know, obviously, slight edge to Griekspoor. I think the altitude helps his serve, his +1, but I think he can. I think it can be a grind. To be honest, I don't know how to pronounce his name, so you guys want to start by telling me the best way to.
Majchrzak.
Majchrzak, yeah, Majchrzak. He's enjoyed the conditions this week. He's able to grind you down. So I think he has the ability to make it more of a grind and force Griekspoor to play more rallies, and that should give him some opportunities. How about you guys?
I think both of us were leaning Griekspoor as well in this one.
I'm saying Griekspoor in 3. Majchrzak still forcing Griekspoor to play in this first game, and we're back to juice.
Majchrzak has taken down some quality opponents this week.
Yeah.
So far. Jean Mounard in the first round, who's been playing well this year, and then Alexander Muller in this round. So,
I mean, Muller's already got a title this year and made the final in Rio. So, he's definitely playing well this year. But then taking down Muller, I mean, wasn't Muller's best performance by a long shot, but definitely a big name to take out this season, especially second serve for Majchrzak to look at here. And it's a double, so it will be break point immediately for the Polish man. That's a long route back from Morocco to Germany from our producer, which very impressive. Oh, chip return, floats long. No, I don't think he has. Hi, Gene. How you doing? I don't think he's made a final. I don't know. I'm 95% sure.
I believe they said in pre-match commentary that this was his second semifinal. They didn't mention anything about a final, but
I was 100% sure it was his second semi-final, but never has he made it to a final.
Yeah, there's nothing on his ATP page for ATP Tour finals. He does have some challenger titles. But.
Griekspoor does hold eventually. In the first game, that was quite a long first game, but Griekspoor comes through it. Just talking before you joined us, Brenner, if Griekspoor might feel as though he's made enough of a run this week and that he almost calls it a day here, so he can focus on Monte Carlo. But we'll see how he plays.
Yeah, I always I think hard about that because I'm like, all right, you're here, you might as well go for it. But of course, that's in the back of your mind. The travel, totally different conditions in terms of altitude, sea level. Yeah. So it takes some getting used to. But yeah, then again, it's like, all right. I mean, you're in a semi.
It's funny to see how the different players prepare for Monte Carlo, because Monte Carlo is a very unique sort of atmosphere and surface and playing conditions. And one of the strangest ones I saw last week was, that's a great return from Griekspoor. Shapovalov was
there you go.
Shapovalov was training for Monte Carlo on indoor indoor Swedish clay courts, green clay courts, which I'm not sure how much that's going to replicate Monte Carlo. I'm sure he's there now, but I don't know if that's the best preparation he probably could have done. But, you know, I'm sure he thought about it a lot.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, Jake.
There we go. Jake's here. I knew Jake would turn.
Jake. How are you doing, my man? Yeah, I thought that was interesting too, especially like Monte Carlo. You know, it can get super windy as well. Definitely.
Yeah, by the beach. So, I mean that. Just a cross-court rally. His backhand's really actually impressed me. It's a real flat take back, and it's a real punchy swing from Majchrzak. But it worked. I saw one backhand. I think it was yesterday against Muller. It was brilliant. Jake, I'm always curious. You always say you're getting ready for work. What do you actually do? What do you do for a job? Because you always say you're getting ready for work, but obviously you never know what work you're actually doing.
You got to check his bio.
I can't check Jake's bio at this current moment in time. Why would I check his bio when he can tell me right now?
Tennis media by day, security guard by night.
Security guard, right?
Okay.
It's protecting.
Just looking at Jean's comment, I think Griekspoor would definitely, he's that kind of person that would be wanting to push for that 31, 32 ranking for the French. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, 31, 32 ranking, where he was before he dipped to just outside. Just 21 followers from 7K. That's all we like to see. That's what we like to hear. If there are 21 people in this chat that aren't subscribed or following us on Twitter, please do that right now. Because I'm sure our producer would absolutely love to hit 7K whilst we're on stream. Majchrzak holds.
That's a good hold from him early on. He's playing well so far.
I don't know how hot it is in Morocco, but I think it's scorching. I mean, it's really hot where I am, actually. I say hot. It's really sunny. I'm in London now, so yeah, it's actually really, really warm. So, but I doubt it's not nearly as warm as Marrakech.
74 Fahrenheit.
Say that again?
74 Fahrenheit.
Oh, not Fahrenheit. Can you give it to me in centigrade, please? Is that an option, or is that
23?
Okay, 23.
So warm, not blazing hot.
No, it's warm. That's a nice temperature.
That's a good temperature for tennis in the afternoon.
Gene, you're right. I don't think anyone needed a good week as badly as Flavio Cobolli. Oh my word! And he made the final this week, so good for him. Especially someone else that I've been, Darderi. He's been outstanding. I mean, taking out Baena in 6-3, 6-2. Someone that absolutely loves the Marrakech conditions. I mean, it's his fourth semi-final in Marrakech, and he's won the title there before. Made the final last year. Like, yeah, crazy good in Marrakech. So great result for him.
I mean, I felt like I agree with you, but it did feel like he kind of got away with, some of his matches this week in terms of his opponents not converting their breaks. But In terms of Darderi, I mean, I think his forehand, has the ability to be so big. These conditions are perfect for him. Obviously, I love him on clay. And there is a break.
I mean, there was 3 errors from Griekspoor, and then that absolutely like dead net cord on break point. And he gets the early break 2-1 to the Polish man. Yeah, that net cord. I mean, the slice and then the net cord combined. I mean, it just led to absolutely nothing.
Curious what you guys think about Darderi, but I mean, I do like his game a lot. The backhand's continuing to improve, but to be honest, I didn't realize how emotional he is on court. Obviously, we talked about the form not being there, but this week it feels like every match he's been extremely emotional on court. I mean, that match with Gaston was almost out of his hands. Like, I thought he genuinely could have boiled over to getting like DQ'd. That's how like bad his emotions were running. But he channeled them and found a way.
Yeah, he's been running a little bit hot, probably, which, I mean, it's different for every player, what tolerance level they can have for that and how that affects their gameplay. I saw the second set of the match earlier today. I was quite impressed. His forehand looks really good right now. I was pretty impressed with that, and like you mentioned, the backhand as well. That looked a lot better than I remember it the last time I saw him as well. So it's been a little bit since I've seen him play, but yeah, he looks quite good right now.
I mean, Italian tennis is in the best shape it's been in. I mean, for such a long time. I mean, taking away, obviously, let's say Sinner isn't banned, and I mean, on the men's side, Sinner, Berrettini, Musetti, Arnaldi, Caboli are their top 5, and I mean, that's a top 5 that, I mean, there's no wonder they've won the Davis Cup 2 years in a row. And obviously they're Billie Jean King Cup champions as well. I mean, Paolini, 6th in the world. I mean, yeah, they're in great shape.
Some really good defense from Majchrzak.
Oh my god, yeah. I was wondering when that point was actually going to end. I actually thought he'd have him with the like third deep lob, but then yeah. I mean, if Griekspoor lost that point, it might have been frustrating, but still very much in this opening set. It's not a break until you hold. Wise words of Brenner Morton right there. And many, many other tennis pundits and the people, but Brenner especially.
Cheers.
Is there anyone you guys are expecting to have a really good clay season that doesn't usually have a good clay season?
No, I'm gonna think on that though and get back to you, Shelton. Okay. I did watch a little of the UTS. And watched him playing just to get a feel for how he's looking. He's hitting the backhand with like so much more topspin, so that was like fun to see him. He's trying things, and he's gonna have to rush opponents, get to the net, which is a little bit more difficult on a slower surface. But
is that what
you're saying? No, I was just going off of our producer's comment.
No. Yeah, I was talking to our producer. Are you saying that's what constitutes a good season? More wins than losses?
Right.
Because you could I guess you could make the third round of a Masters and then lose in the first round of the other two, and yeah. I just think, I mean, if you're talking going off UTS, I mean, you can't really go off UTS, can you? I I mean,
No.
Maybe
if
not.
you want to, I mean, Popperin just beat Shelton. So, I mean, and Popperin isn't the greatest clay player.
No.
So
He's in need of some form as well.
Say that again, sorry?
Right.
He's in need of some form as well.
Popperin?
Yeah.
Oh my word, yes.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
but
Maybe he might make the not Popperin, Shelton might make the semis of Munich. No, he's on the entry list for Munich, I believe, not Madrid.
Okay.
If that, I'm 90% sure.
Well, I thought it was interesting this week. Shelton didn't want to hang out in the States and defend his Houston title. So I mean, just something to note. He's looking to. He'd rather. That's a really, really cool venue that they're playing in.
Yeah.
Definitely
8 Americans. 8
I know,
Americans
right?
in the quarterfinal, yeah.
But yeah, I mean that surface is, I mean, interesting to say the least. But good for Shelton.
I always think I always think it's tough going from the American clay to the European clay in such a short amount of time, which is like what so many Americans do. Our producer isn't big on Jack on anything, I don't think, so let alone on clay. I just don't think he's he's not on the Jack train at the moment, which I'm not going to talk about, I'm not going to get into, but I am excited to see Jack on the clay though. I am wondering. His game is set up that it would suit the clay, so we'll see how he does. He was practicing with Tsitsipas the other day, so give him some. I mean, Tsitsipas is just loves Monte Carlo conditions, so let's see how he does. I just don't think Tsitsipas. I mean, can Tsitsipas back up his Monte Carlo title? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe it's a fair. I haven't really dug into the draw, so I'm not going to speak too much on it. Maybe I'll do that as we speak. But yeah, I mean, why not? How about that?
It's Majchrzak. Majchrzak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on then, Gene. Hit us with a controversial name. If you're going to hit us with, like, I don't know, Lehechka or, I don't know, just thinking of people off the top of my head.
Porta. He's decent on clay, though, for an American.
I know who called his playing in round 1 as well, and now it's escaped me.
I don't have the draw up Monte Carlo.
No luck.
Oh, it's escaped me, but I know who he's playing in round 1. No, I don't disagree with Korda. I like Korda. Oh yeah, he's got.
Oh, he's playing Lehechka.
I mean, that's gonna be a grind. Yeah, I'm not sure.
That'll be 3 sets.
Definitely.
3 hours, 15 minutes.
I'm really hoping Wawrinka can get through his first round match. He's got Djokovic in round 2.
That would be cool to see.
Yeah, Wawrinka Djokovic.
Yeah.
38 versus 40. Still at the top of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I take those matchups anytime we can get them.
Absolutely.
Especially
very
with
much.
You have no clue how long he's actually going to continue playing.
I mean, Wawrinka still looks like he could go for another year or 2. He doesn't look like he's running out of steam. I mean, he's not winning as many matches, but I mean, it's not like he's getting pounded every time he goes out on a main tour court, a main tour event court. Yeah. You can clearly see when it's time for some players, and Wawrinka's time. I mean, Wawrinka, I'd say, hit his peak a lot later than many others. It's like Murray's peak was a lot later, into his 30s. when he in 2016 was peak Murray. He was 31 or 30. So, you know, he's still got a bit left in the tank, and I'm excited to see. I mean, that one-handed backhand is just, it's gorgeous.
That's good.
Yeah, I actually watched a decent amount of Wawrinka this week. Super heavy conditions in Bucharest, but I mean, he was bossing. He was bossing. Even down with Skatov, sorry. He was down 3-love in the third, and there was no quit there. So, yeah, like Jake said, it's so admirable to, you know, watch him play, having fun, competing. I mean, he's still bossing. He's still bossing rallies, you know, and the one-hander is still looking as good as ever. So.
$30.15 for Majchrzak in his service game. So many Spaniards are good on clay, not only Martinez, but David Fokina obviously made the final in Monte Carlo in 21, 22. I mean,
what about Mpeshi Pericard? Is that like fair to say, given he hasn't had like a true clay season yet? I don't know.
I mean,
he won Lyon.
He won Lyon, yeah. I mean, but I mean, it wasn't. I've seen better entry lists for Lyon over the years. Looking back at entry lists, so I'm not saying it was obviously an easy draw, but I think it was bigger for Feast to win his first title in Lyon 2 years or 3 years ago than it was Pericard winning Lyon last year.
Yeah, I think the movement is just the question. Like especially on clay, like what happens after the serve? Like if that gets returned and then you're playing a rally for 5+ shots, how's he going to figure out how to win those points?
Obviously, you have to take away some of the serve as well, because the clay will slow it down slightly. I mean, not that much, but it will take out some of the heat definitely on landing impact. As Majchrzak holds 4-2 in the first. I mean, will Fonseca win Madrid or Rome? That's a big question.
I mean, probably not realistically. Like, I think he has a better chance than at Indian Wells or Miami, but I agree with the producer. Like, Madrid is where he would go deep if he goes deep anywhere. Those are good conditions for him.
There was someone on the tennis podcast that said that he thinks Fonseca will win Roland Garros.
Yeah, I saw that.
I mean, let's get real here for a second, guys. Let's get real. Like, that's not going to happen. Can you imagine a Zverev Fonseca final and Zverev loses again? I think that might just be the end of it. I think he might just call it there, to be honest.
I do like the tennis podcast. All of them are good at what they do, but sometimes I do feel like some of their takes are to get clicks and views rather than legitimately what they think is going to happen.
Yeah,
but they're all good at what they do. So,
unfortunately, I'm sure he's not the only one that thinks Fonseca's going to win Roland Garros. So, yeah,
we've got a few weeks to prepare for that. So,
obviously, if he gets a good draw and he's playing well, then, stranger things have happened, but I just don't see it happening. I don't think so. Especially with how good Alcaraz and Zverev are on the clay. And Rude, I guess you could say. I'd say those are the best 3 clay quarters on tour. Oh, Djokovic, I guess.
Djokovic. And then, I mean, Sinner comes back for Rome.
True.
That's not his best service.
No.
Now, but it's not like he's terrible on it. Like he's
No.
Very dangerous. So.
That's actually just reminded me of a question I've been wanting to ask for ages. I want your opinion, your 2 opinions, and our producers. Was Nadal better on grass, or was Federer better on clay?
I think Nadal was better on grass than Federer was on clay. Like there was a period in the late 2000s where like Nadal missed 1 year because of an injury, but if you take that year out, he made the finals of Wimbledon 5 straight years, minus the year he missed with injury. Like that, you can almost argue that was his second best surface.
Yeah.
Like,
I actually agree that I think that you could argue that Nadal's second best surface was grass.
I mean, the thing was, it was just terrible for his health, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Did he say that in the Andy Roddick podcast?
He did.
Yeah. Okay.
He said it was his second best.
Yeah.
I think I agree with him.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm in the same boat there.
Double fault to start things off in this 8th game. Majchrzak still break up at 4-3. Great depth from Majchrzak on the backhand.
Not a very good error from Griekspoor right there.
This reminds me of a comment I saw in the chat earlier. Newton Nutty Buddy said, "Is there any Moa fans in this community?" Any Michael Moa fan? You 2 a fan of Michael Moa?
He's fun to watch.
He is. He's a grinder. A little bit of a pusher, but big serve. Big serve. I remember.
Yeah, big serve.
He had a little little breakout. He beat Hurkacz in Washington, and then made a little U.S. Open run.
Yeah, round 3 of the U.S.
Yeah.
Where he lost to Jack Draper.
Yeah. Connor likes him, yeah. Yeah, like Jake said, just a little bit of a pusher. But great athlete, big serve.
Where is he now in the rankings? I haven't actually checked. Is he in 180 odd? That was a complete guess.
Sure where he's at. I can look it up. Google is free, but
Google is free. You make a good point.
He's 282.
282. got a couple wild cards. Last in March, I think, for or am I dreaming? That he played qualifying for Indian Wells and Miami.
Played qualifying in those two. He did get I think he's got a couple of qualifying wild cards, though.
Sorry, say that again?
He's got a couple of qualifying wild cards.
Yeah. Great drop shot from Majchrzak. And it is 5-3 in this first set.
Okay, he's looked comfortable so far.
Yeah, no
Backhand
break
is
points.
cooking.
No break points to fend off as of yet.
Mm-hmm.
Ha! Griekspoor looking a little, I don't know what to say, but goes for the smash and then fakes it out does the Grigor Dimitrov against Holgeruna.
Yeah. I think you were thinking what I was thinking, Fergus, where it's like, okay, probably going to go to a second set, going to be down a set. How hard is he going to push? The first few games are important.
Yeah, what Gene just said, he does look a bit mentally checked out.
Right.
That he's already thinking about Monte Carlo. I mean, Monte Carlo is one of the most prestigious tournaments on the tour, right? And you've got a main draw place, which feels like it's such a rarity. It's such a privilege to have that main draw place because the draw feels so small for such a big event that you want to kind of save yourself for that event, don't you? So I don't know whether he's mentally checked out or whether he's just not feeling it at this current moment. But Majchrzak will serve for the set at 5-4.
Right, and he's probably, not probably, he is going to be a Monday match. So, and he's getting a pretty, rested, angry Fees. So,
yeah,
battle.
That's going to be a tough one for Griekspoor to push in.
I think they always have fun matches. I don't even know how many times they've played, but
yeah, see. I mean, Gene, you could be right. He could just be absolutely peak for one match and just destroy Feast, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, he'll definitely be the underdog there. If I were him, I think you have to push in this tournament. The points and the money from this point on, higher potential in Marrakech.
Because you want those
so far for this tournament, 250 obviously if he wins. It's 31,000 euros as well so far. And
you want all 250 of those points. Don't want to leave 115 or 130.
you'd have to get to the quarterfinals of Monte Carlo to make up the difference. So, I don't know, that's my opinion, but I think you've got a really good chance at points here.
Yeah.
And, yeah, if a goal is to be seeded by Roland Garros, you need those to come from somewhere.
You make a good point. I almost agree with you that you might as well stick it out here. Ooh, bad start to the game from Majchrzak. That forehand.
Yeah, it was actually a well-constructed point.
Yeah, it was.
Majchrzak's looking for that Griekspoor backhand. Actually did a good job with the the slice to the forehand short.
Yeah.
Where he set himself up with a good forehand down the line opportunity. Just bounced up a little high, framed it a bit. Connor, new member. Let's go.
Thanks, Connor. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
I just wonder if they're maybe
Yeah.
nervous for Majchrzak. You're serving out. I mean, it's a set, not the final set. That was a pretty good forehand from Griekspoor.
It was. He was listening to your conversation and he started agreeing with you, Carson. And he's just decided to lock in.
This is Griekspoor.
Long from
Really big
Griekspoor. He'll want that back. He will desperately want that back.
Another second
Ooh,
serve.
here we go. 2 break points. First of the set. And our ticker has ruined it for us. Or for me, anyway. As Majchrzak pulls it into the net. And it's 5 games all. Griekspoor obviously taking Carson's advice of thinking, let's get to all 250 points here instead of grinding out a 3-set thriller against Feast.
Yeah, I also wanted to follow up. I checked it out. They did have 2 good matches. They were both at majors, U.S. Open in 23 and Australian Open in 24. And it is 1-1 in the head-to-head.
Yeah. Well, there you go. First set continues. Oof. Majchrzak not holding back on that forehand, but not enough to get up and down. Yeah, really good.
I was just looking at the live rankings. Griekspoor is currently 35. If he wins the title this week, he could get up to 32, but that would depend on finals in other locations.
With Kaboli, I assume.
Kabali, and then Houston as well, Nakashima.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. Nakashima's got what was the? I didn't actually see. What was the result from? I assume Nakashima beat Tiafoe. Or did they not play?
They haven't played yet. They haven't played yet.
They haven't played yet. Right.
I'm
just making that up.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Yeah. I was about to say, I'm sure I would have seen the result for that match, but no. Anyway.
Yeah, Tiafoe lost to Shelton in the final last year.
So, yeah.
But why not Nakashima?
I like Nakashima on clay more than I like Tiafoe on clay. Tiafoe's really not a big fan of the clay.
I like Nakashima more than Tiafo almost everywhere except the U.S. Open, honestly.
Yeah, makes logical sense. Tiafoe always brings out a certain level for the US Open, where he seems like he's just like he's playing crazy, but obviously beat Nadal there. All those years, I say all those years ago, it was like 3-4 years ago.
I was just looking at qualifying for Monte Carlo, and Xiao Munar lost to Daniel Altmaier this morning.
Yeah, that was a grind today.
Yeah. Nearly 3 hours.
Goffin, let's go. He just beat Hoffman.
That's also a grind over 2.5 hours. But.
Yeah.
40-15, it's now Juice. Majchrzak hoping to get the break straight back. Well, he's hoping to break again. Obviously, Griekspoor broke back in the last game. Yeah, good one too from Griekspoor.
Yeah, our producer talking about that Altmaier win over Sinner. That was a fun match. Altmaier just peaking.
Mm-hmm.
I think Gene's talking about Altmaier. When was the last time Altmaier? No.
That's
Anyway. Griekspoor does hold and guarantees himself a tiebreak at the very least. And Majchrzak will serve to stay in this first set after serving for the first set. Paris, Altmaier, Fils.
How many times have they played?
Can we get the head-to-head up of Altmaier, Fils, please, to our producer? It would have made sense if it was last year. I don't remember Fils making any sort of fuss in Paris. Ooh, that's a tasty head right there. I've seen one.
3-3.
Yeah, it would have been 23. Yeah. They played 4 times last year. Wow.
I don't remember the Basel match.
I don't remember that Basel match either. The main story from Basel last year was obviously Pericard and Shelton.
Right.
And then Auger FAA not going for the 3-peat. And went out first round, lost a bunch of points. Kachanov Humbert semi was where? Kachanov Humbert semi was. Oh yeah, in Paris last year. That was fun. Yeah, Kachanov was on a crazy streak. crazy streak because he won Almaty and then made the final in Vienna and then the semi-finals of Bercy. Yeah, I'm not surprised he was absolutely dead.
Yeah, he couldn't move in. Bear was moving a lot. Lots of celebrations in that match.
Yeah, well, wasn't nearly as many as when he beat Alcaraz. Well, 30 all. Griekspoor now 2 points away.
I think whoever wins this point will win this game.
Fair comp. That would be insane point so far.
Guys, I mean, ooh.
It's like a really good defensive lob. And then Majchrzak went with the overhead up the middle. That's where Griekspoor was standing. And he just like pushed him deep. Got it back to neutral.
Well,
good drop shot.
Under pressure. Big pressure. How does he do it now? How does he deal with it? Fun fact, Derry can't do tweeners. What, like Sabalenka can't do tweeners? Or like he actually can't? Ooh, pulls it. Pulls it. Back to juice. Because Sabalenka actually can't do tweeners. Like,
Oh, it's a horrific thing to watch. It's funny, but it's not good.
it's quite painful to watch Sabalenka do tweeners. He makes Sabalenka look like Curious. That's good. Does Curious have the best tweener of all time? Well, another set point for the Frenchman, for the Dutchman. Her catch has got a really good tweener, actually. I like her catch's tweener.
He does.
Set point number 2 for Griekspoor. And a second serve as well. I'm going to cover up the live ticker so it doesn't spoil it for me.
Man.
And it is game and first set to the Dutchman. 7-5. Huge return, and Majchrzak couldn't reach it. Wow, that was loud. Yeah.
I forgot to put do not disturb on.
If you guys give me 2 seconds, I will go get Charlie.
Yeah, go get Charlie. You need to see the dog. All right, chat. This is going to be the highlight of the entire stream. We're going to see the dog.
Oh, man.
This is Charlie.
This is great.
Cute.
Hi, Charlie.
I'm dog sitting in London for the week, which is actually very nice. I should be at university, but instead I'm doing this.
That's a good weekend, though, Fergus.
Yeah.
Yeah, just got that's what the notification said. Griekspoor takes set 1 from being down, 3-5?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wins the final 4 games. Yeah. Same notification for Liam Brody. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
maybe I'll get another in like 45 minutes. Producer.
I have the same notification for Liam Brody. Yeah. I wish that notification went off more often, but I have notifications on I have them on silent when I'm on stream, but I have notifications for as many British players as I can think of off the top of my head. Did you have a nice time in Marrakech, producer? Seemed like it was great.
Looked like it was beautiful there all week.
Yeah. So surely we'll see if Griekspoor can get this done in straight or whether Marrakech can fight back.
Marrakech is in Morocco, Connor.
So at the very tip of Africa, for anyone that doesn't know where Morocco is. I said north tip, not south tip.
Yes. By Europe, not Antarctica.
Yeah.
Nori's got a fun one.
Sorry?
Nori's got a fun one with Bellucci. I mean,
I really do with Cam winning some matches just for my self-esteem. I actually do think he'll come through today.
I do too.
I think he just has a bit more.
Lefty.
I think he has a bit more experience on the clay than Bellucci does currently. Obviously, Bellucci. Crawley's. Nori's dropped out of. Nori's now ranked 86 in the world. So, yeah, it's he didn't defend those points that he made at the US Open. Obviously, went out first round, and then that's kind of set him off on the wrong path this year. Didn't defend his points in Indian. Well, no, he did defend his points in Indian Wells, but didn't defend his points in Miami. And unfortunately, he has round 3 points to defend in Madrid and Rome. So, unfortunately, I kind of only see this going backwards instead of forwards, unless he makes a big run at Monte Carlo.
All right. Well, our producer thinks this could be a quick one from Griekspoor. I mean, I don't know. Also, the wind. I mean, I know our producer gave us some good videos of the wind throughout the week, but you can see it there. It's blowing. Tough to handle. But a good inside-out forehand
Fantastic,
from Griekspoor.
yeah, fantastic play from Griekspoor. Brilliant. Quick Monte Carlo prediction from anyone here?
Carlos.
Carlitos.
Vamos.
I'd maybe pick Carlos. Honestly, I haven't really looked at the draw yet, so I'm not.
Sorry, did you say Carlos again? Carlos as well. Carson.
Yeah, I think so. He's due for it, but he could also lose third round, and I don't know if he would be surprised by that. Who do you have?
I'm stuck completely. I have no idea. I feel like people pull out some really high levels of Monte Carlo. I just don't know at the moment. I'm not confident enough to say Tsitsipas with chess. I'm not confident enough to say Charlie with chess either. So
Let's go with Casper. Let's go.
I was
Casper
gonna
Ruud.
say, yeah, it's almost like the safest one. Carlos has to play Cerundolo in round 2, likely. Cerundolo plays Fonini, but
That'll be a good match.
that'll be a tough one.
Cerundolo. I actually think since Cerundolo is such an underrated all-court player, he's got a title on grass. He's one of the only Argentines on grass that on the current circuit that can compete with the rest of the tour. He's fantastic on clay, and he's a very, very solid hardcore player.
Yeah, no, I love his game. He's so much fun to watch.
Watching him.
Yeah, Draper has a good look to get to the quarters.
Yeah, and then he's got Ruud in the quarters. Yeah.
Right.
I'm nowhere near as worried about Shelton for Draper on the clay as I would be on a hardcore. But yeah, we'll see. He's got Giron or Shapovalov first, second round. So
yeah, Chapo would be harder.
Yeah, I agree. Chapo would be harder.
We got a prediction that Mahach is going to win Monte Carlo.
Mahach wins. Okay.
That would be insane.
That would be insane. Yeah.
It usually is kind of a weird tournament. I think last year was like some weird results to start the tournament, or it might have been 2 years ago. But yeah, I mean, like Mahach is a guy you don't really want to play against.
Mahach is the kind of guy you never want to see in the draw.
Right.
Majchrzak definitely got tight towards the end.
Majchrzak got tight. Tallon did play better. It's a little bit of both.
Yeah, some weak serving there. Tallon kind of picked him off. Went big.
Good hold from Majchrzak as he seeks to get into this match.
Yeah, that will feel good after getting broken twice.
Yeah, absolutely. I've just realised that you don't think his clay season will Ruud's clay season will take off to Roland Garros, so he won't defend any of the 500 points in Barcelona. His only 500 title. Wait for our producer to respond to that. I still think it's crazy how Ruud would have been world number 1 with only 250 titles if Sinner had beaten Alcaraz in that one match.
Yeah, that is crazy. I didn't realize he's only got 500.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's got big points to defend. Final of Monte Carlo, and then wins Barcelona. So I do forget that the winner was just the final was the same of Monte Carlo and Barcelona, but the other way around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a good revenge match.
Yeah. I can't remember. Tsitsipas played a thriller in Barcelona, but I can't remember who it was against.
What, in the semi?
I think it was the quarters.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not sure.
I'm thinking.
Oh yeah, no, Gene, 100%. Jack is of the quarterfinalist. Jack is obviously the weakest on the clay, but only because he's the most inexperienced on the clay. Only having one full season. He played Madrid in 22 and Monte Carlo in 23. and then that was pretty much it. He's been very stop-start. So it's
all right. Well, we got a pressure point here.
We do.
30 all on the Griekspoor serve.
Looked like an ace just long.
Yeah, I thought it was ace down the tee.
Big second. Big body serve, honestly.
Well, that was a good decision.
Yeah, Jake, usually these two are ahead of me, but I seem to be pretty lined up with these two today. Solid hold from Griekspoor, 2-1 in the second. And the more he holds, the more I have the feeling that this is going to go the way that John said it would.
That was important, fighting off some pressure points. I mean,
yeah,
in serving first in this match, there is just a point where there's scoreboard pressure that's going to build up. That probably benefits him as well. Morocco changes clocks tonight? Like daylight savings, or? Okay. We had that here in the US a few weeks ago.
When is ARV retiring?
He didn't set a retirement date.
Who's AR? Am I missing something? Who's ARV?
Yeah, Ramos Vinolas.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He was playing in Murcia this week. Got to the second round, I think. Yeah. I wonder when Gasquet's actually going to retire, because I think he's been retiring for nearly a year now.
We're rolling Garros.
Yeah.
The last tournament.
Yeah. I just feel as though, like, he says that, but then he's not, like, I just feel as though he's not actually going to retire. I feel like he's been saying he's going to do it, but I think if he goes out like first round, I don't think he'll. Oh, that's a bad miss. That's a bad miss from Majchrzak.
That one's really tough. I mean, we've all done that before, I'm sure, but it's not a great feeling.
Good smash. Vent some anger into that as well. Oh yeah, sends in the wrong way with the backhand. Very nice. Of course we do.
Yes.
Why wouldn't we? We have our producer and
Very good. Hi, John.
heavenly Lord and Savior of talking tennis.
Oh, he's in and out. He's in and out.
Wow, that's disappointing.
He's back. No.
Oh,
Okay. Wow.
Pump it.
He baited us there.
Maybe he'll come back.
Sean, are you saying do Real Madrid have any chance against Arsenal, or do Arsenal have any chance against Real Madrid? Because I feel like if you're saying do Real Madrid have any chance, then you badly misread the situation. Like
just a little bit.
Yeah, like badly. Oh, Matthew's in the chat, so we have to see.
Hey, Matthew.
To be fair, Matthew does make a good point. It never seems like John Silk's in the same place for more than 2 days at a time. It's always moving. Good drop shot.
Yeah,
good time to use it.
That's well done.
Here's my question for clay season. I'd love your opinions on this. Who is going to finish lower ranked? Cam Nori or Nico Jerry?
Are they pretty tight in standings right now?
No, Jerry's going to finish below.
They're not like close, but also Jerry is defending finals points at Rome.
Right.
Yeah, obviously lost to Zverev in the final. Jerry played such a crazy level that week.
Right.
Yeah, those 2 weeks were insane.
Yeah. Like, that was peak.
Jerry can peak, yeah.
That was peak Nico Jerry. With the nose strips and the, you know. I think I don't know. I think Nori will make up a significant amount of his points, hopefully, in the back end of this year. Obviously, didn't play played in Gstaad just after Wimbledon, and then didn't play till Stockholm in late October. So, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to have a good chance to make up some points.
Some decent points, yeah.
If he is able to keep his ranking high enough through Wimbledon.
I probably think he'll probably be floating for the next couple of. Well, I mean, once we get past Rome, I think he'll probably be floating around 100, and then he can make up some points in the grass season where he just was in such bad form. Like he was. You don't often see Nori visibly upset with his performances, but especially after Eastbourne, he was visibly frustrated with his game and his style of play. Obviously, he lost to Raonic in a really tight 3-setter.
That was insane.
He had multiple match points. Yeah.
What was that? 49 aces.
I think it was at 49. I thought it was 43, but most aces ever in an ATP match. That was crazy. I remember watching it. I was like, this is so demoralizing for Nori.
No, it's terrible.
Like, he's literally just watching the ball just go by. And whilst Raonic just absolutely pounding it down at like 137. But yeah, I think grass he'll make up some ground, and then onto the hardcore, the US hardcourts, which he doesn't mind, so he's
gone well there before.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah,
and Nori's the kind of person that doesn't need anyone to. He has one of the biggest self-beliefs on tour that he knows his levels there. He just needs to find it again. He doesn't have any problem believing in himself. So it's not like he's getting down on himself. It's straight off his water off the duck's back.
Yeah, grass was really hard for him last year. He started off with the Challenger in Nottingham.
Yeah, and he lost to Jack Pennington Jones. Yeah.
And then Queens with the match we were just talking about against Raonic, and then Eastbourne where he lost to Rusabori.
Yeah, 7-6, 6-3.
And then
Wimbledon, he reached round 3, lost to Zverev in 3, but
beat Draper in round 2.
Norrie produced such a crazy level against Draper. That's the best I've seen Norrie play in about 3 years. Except when he... Yeah. So that, sorry, Brenner, go.
I was going to say, I mean, that Zverev Wimbledon match still sticks with me. I mean, I thought he was going to, win that breaker, and
yeah.
He finally had a good set, That was fun.
It was interesting. I mean, the level he produced against Draper, I actually went into the match with like a tiny bit of confidence that he could actually take on Zverev in full blood. Because Norrie, obviously grass courts are so low bouncing as it is. I mean, Norrie hits the ball, one of the flattest guys on tour. So you add those two together and it's pretty tough for opponents to deal with. But yeah, that level he produced against Draper. I was actually at Wimbledon that day.
Oh yeah,
the Draper Norrie match. And my friend came up to me and was like, "Oh, it's Norrie Draper next on centre court. Like, I'm telling you, it's going to be Norrie in 3." And I was like, after seeing Norrie play for the last 2 months, I was like, that's and Draper, obviously he won Stuttgart and then beat Alcaraz at Queens. I was like, there's no way Norrie wins this match, and then just played crazy. 3-all in the second, and I have a feeling this is where things start to get away from Majchrzak. I think Griekspoor holds here, and then it's tough. It's tough for Majchrzak to, if it's 7-5, 4-3, even still on serve, that's still a long way back for Majchrzak.
Mm-hmm. I feel like if he's going to make a move, it probably has to be right now.
Right now, yeah.
Ghosty in the chat, who's playing tennis right now.
Let's go, Ghosty.
Or practice, whichever you guys are doing.
Yeah, what's the score? If you're playing a match, what's the score right now?
That's a good forehand.
That is a good forehand from Griekspoor. Good serve. On that Norrie Draper match, I actually put a pint on it that Draper would win against my friend, and a pint at Wimbledon is not cheap.
Right.
Yeah, I coughed up I think £16 for that pint, so yeah, it wasn't great. Tiafoe's never entered Monte Carlo, ever.
I guess I'm not surprised by that. He plays Houston literally every year.
Yeah. He plays Houston every year, but I mean, wow. One of the other things that it's crazy is that Tsitsipas has more Monte Carlo titles than Djokovic and Federer put together.
I mean, they had to deal with Nadal for a while.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of a different challenge, but
too good.
Yeah. That's a really good service game. Exactly what he needed.
4-3, and you see, ever since we've had that conversation about
right,
Griekspoor being mentally checked out, he's literally been flawless.
It was that the fake smash to the draw shot. It's been since that point.
We're all like, oh, is he preparing himself for Monte Carlo? Is he doing it? No, he's so locked into into making this final.
Producer, Griekspoor's re-gripping his racket right now, and I'm thinking about the grip challenge video.
He did it fairly quickly.
It takes me like 3-4 minutes to grip a racket. Like I can't do it that fast.
Right. Yes, sir, Con. Yes, sir. Gonna try and start posting on it soon. Put some more thoughts out there.
What on your YouTube channel?
Simon Says Tennis.
Twitter?
No. Twitter.
Twitter.
Simon Says Tennis. Yeah, we talked sense into him.
He's currently on his phone in his bag. He has this live stream going on, and he's listening to it as he's in the sit down.
Griekspoor took on a new coach this week. Is that right?
On a trial period. It's Pop Buren's old coach.
Right.
So.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited to see how Alex de Minaur does on clay this year. Obviously, he had a pretty strong clay season last year, and I'm excited to see if he can make even more developments. Made the quarters of Roland Garros. I'm excited to see how he does. Lost to Zverev in the quarters.
Mm-hmm. Route 1 UTS.
Yeah, there was nowhere near enough depth on that push from Griekspoor and Majchrzak. Sorry, Majchrzak could just fly straight through that. It's because you were talking about Majchrzak earlier. Oh, so good from Griekspoor.
Yeah, that was good. Really solid.
Rude is ready to win Monte Carlo. I just
maybe. Yes.
I mean, I did say Rude might win Monte Carlo earlier, so I can't then go back on that now. But I just feel as though I feel like we might get a new Masters winner, but I just don't know who. Well, I guess Rude would be a new Masters winner, wouldn't he? So.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about Zverev? I mean, I feel like we're not talking much about him. He would likely face Tsitsipas in the quarters, I believe.
He's not filling me with confidence. I don't know. It's not somewhere that Zverev's done well before. Zverev obviously lost to Tsitsipas last year in Monte Carlo after being like 5-love up, 5-love, 15-love up in the second set and then winning the sets 7-6. Something like that, something ridiculous. First, what's the score? Got to tell us the score. You can't just say that. Oh, great return from Majchrzak.
That was solid. I was saying, take that, Darlene. He's probably losing like 2 and 3 right now.
Take that, Darlene. Ghost, what surface are you playing on? Where in the world is Ghost? Do we know?
I have no idea. It could.
I don't know.
From that photo in his YouTube bio, I assume he's. Well, he might be a clay quarter. Right, big chance for Majchrzak here to get this match even. Love 30. Yeah, we could have 2 live streams. We could have Majchrzak, Griekspoor, and then Ghosty versus Darlene. Wow, that'd be.
Absolutely tantalizing television.
I'd pay to watch Ghosty play. Do you guys have a specific surface you like playing on, or do you just?
Yeah, I mean, I prefer the hard true, the green clay. I like to slide around.
The green clay, really?
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say, Fergus, we don't have many other options. I would love to play on a true clay surface, but I don't know where.
It would be fun, but like Houston is literally the only, like, it's not. But it feels
Houston's like hard. I mean, it's like you know,
it is like a hardcore. Yeah.
Mud.
Well,
what about
3
you?
great points for Majchrzak, 1 been and gone with Griekspoor hitting an ace.
What about you, Fergus? You got weapons?
I mean, my forehand definitely is better than my backhand. My backhand cross court pass, I love to pull that out, but yeah, forehand definitely a bigger option. I don't really have a preference. Slower courts is probably better for me because I like to produce my own power, but you know, when I play someone that can hit big on a fast court, when I'm rushed, I'm not very good when I'm rushed.
I hear you. Yeah, I hit with a lot of spin.
You were talking earlier about 3 break points, been and gone, huge serving from Griekspoor. You were talking earlier who will finish higher in the rankings after the clay season, Norrie or Jarry. I think a bigger question would be Norrie or Bublik. They're kind of in the same boat right now. They're both sort of 80, 85 ranking. Both have a few points to defend. I don't know. That's going to be a tough one.
That is tough.
Obviously, you don't have as many points to defend as Jarry does. Jarry is well and true. I'm sure he's trying to conserve all his energy for Rome, where he's got a lot of work to do. I mean, I would put good money that this match ends in this next game. 3 break points been and gone for Majchrzak.
That's really tough.
Oh my god, such good serving from Greeks. That's clutch serving. That's the definition of clutch serving. If it's 3 aces in the game, 3 break points saved, and it's 5-4 with Majchrzak serving to stay in the match. What about you, Brenna? Do you think you have weapons? Do you think you have weapons on a court?
Sorry, boys. Just like that there. Wow. All right. Good hold. Good hold.
You didn't hear what I said, I don't think.
No.
I was saying, do you think you have weapons on a tennis court?
No, I don't, Fergus. I'm a giant defender. I hit with a lot of topspin. I want to, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
no.
forehand.
When I say
can cook sometimes, but
when I say weapons, I say in mass general perspective. There are so many people that hit so much bigger than I do. It's just
right.
my bigger weapon that I have. What about you, Carson?
And I think I prefer hard courts, honestly. It's really all I have around here because we can't keep grass alive, and there's no place though. Also, I just like the speed and power of it.
I do like an indoor hardcore. I feel like I can move around a lot easier. Everything's controlled. No wind. No nonsense like that. Well, I hate playing in the wind so much.
The wind is tough.
What's your preferred surface for?
Well, mine.
Mm-hmm.
Just anything but clay, really.
Okay.
Which is the most stereotypical British sentence about tennis ever. I mean, I don't mind it. I just feel as though it takes me about a set and 3 games to actually adjust to sliding around everywhere. Especially if I'm playing a big hitter that sort of pulls me around. I struggle to change direction, but yeah, hard courts, indoor hard courts is what I like to play on. Well, love 15. Griekspoor with a huge forehand and a second serve to look at now, I think. Oh my god.
Huge.
That's crazy.
I mean, that wasn't really a tweener attempt.
No. You missed it on the way down. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the Senego effort.
Yeah.
What, at the Also Open? That was crazy.
That was...
Well,
big chance here.
Yeah.
Yeah, just end the match now. $15.30? Well, maybe not. Thanks, Google.
I want that back. Still a chance. Oh yeah. Brave ball striking from Majchrzak.
That was really good.
Excellent hold. Under so much pressure in the match. Griekspoor looking to finish things off. And now it's 5-all. I've always wondered, Brenna, why is your handle Simon Says Tennis?
That's how how I started my account. Simon Says, and then you can fill in the blank with the last word. So
Okay.
yeah, I was just looking for a fun handle. This was kind of a while ago with a different word than tennis, but now we're here.
Yeah.
As I said, I'm fairly new to the game in terms of passion and watching consistently. What do you think of it? You like it?
Yeah, it's good. I just didn't
Yeah.
know. Originally, when you followed me, I didn't know it was you. 'Cause there's no
So
sort of
yeah,
signs that
a lot of my
it's
buddies,
Brenner.
call me Simon because of it.
Yeah. 15 all.
Yeah, both players do look a bit cooked, to be honest. Not very heavy conditions, but
Close to a third set.
Say that again, sorry.
Like, I almost can't imagine what this will look like if it goes to a third
set. Yeah, that's big. Griekspoor not holding back.
Yeah, Griekspoor just searching for forehands at this point. Backhand can be, powerful when he gets more time, but he's always cheating.
Griekspoor with 2 game points. Well, that's how you respond. Thinking you're about to close out the match, you just hold very simply, especially after losing the first point in the game.
Nice and simple.
Very nice and simple.
Now, all the pressure back on Majchrzak. Said that terribly the first time. Majchrzak. Yeah, but Griekspoor broke from this point in the first set.
He did, and I wouldn't be surprised if that happens again.
Let's see if he can force a tie break. Or if this ends here. It'll be interesting.
Good. All right, little update on Monte Carlo qualies. Liveitch up a set and break over Bublik. Yuri just closed out the first set over Komensana. And early in the third set, ARV and Bonzi are on serve. Yeah, Bublik, I mean, this is tough for him. Obviously doesn't like to clay. Dropping down the rankings quite quickly.
Yeah, he's had a rough 12 months, really. There's a couple of decent.
Yeah, well,
but like, there's not really a standout performance from him, and usually there's a couple of those that bolster his ranking a little bit more.
Unfortunately, he was banking so many points on, Montpellier and then Dubai. No. Yeah.
Right, Dubai. Yeah, he went out round 1, I think.
Yeah. And he didn't play in Montpellier. No, sorry, went out round 2.
No, he did.
Round 2.
But he lost to COVID shit.
And then lost round 1 of Dubai, just lost all momentum, and all the points that he'd made suddenly just went down the drain. So, yeah, it's tough. But speaking of someone like Bublik, who is the biggest entertainer on tour apart from Carlitos?
Did you say who is or that dude is?
Who is?
Monfils, Mute, French showman. Yeah, Lau agrees. He's so much fun to watch.
It's a really great service game for Majchrzak.
Yeah, super fast.
Holding to love in this situation, like that's huge. Tiebreaker now.
As Lau did say, I think it was Lau that said it. Or am I dreaming? No.
That we're going to a break.
Tallon loves his tie breaks. Tallon loves his tie breaks.
Plays so many. Jake, good call with Constant Lestien.
Lestien. Yeah.
Always a character.
Never does the same thing twice. In one service game, at least.
Right.
I always liked watching Fabio Fognini.
Yeah. Casual.
I'm not a huge fan of Fognini.
I mean, I'm not particularly his biggest fan, but like, there's always a random meltdown at the most random time.
It seems that he always is stirring the pot, in a sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean, that very famous Murray match in Shanghai, and I think it was maybe 19 or 20, where Murray told him to shut up whilst he was trying to talk to the umpire really loudly, but there was no one in the stadium, so all the camera mics heard it so clearly, because it was during COVID, so there was no mics in the stadium. No, there was no people in the stadium.
Griekspoor cheated so heavy on that second serve, trying to run around like a expected kick serve to the backhand. And he just goes at the ace, probably like 100 mile an hour. Up the tee for an ace. Sorry about that.
Mini break for the Dutchman. Griekspoor served so well today. So well.
Yes.
Yeah, 8 aces, they said, in the second set. And I was like, I think 3 or 4 of them came in that 8th game.
Yeah, when he was love 40 down. Yeah.
Right.
Wow. Pushing the limit of the line, Griekspoor.
Right.
And does so well with that forehand. As in, it looked like it was going to be nearly a winner from Majchrzak, and Griekspoor dug it out and got so much depth on it impressively that he almost reset the point. Griekspoor does kind of look cooked at the moment, though.
Both of them were a little bit worn out.
There we go. Producer has made it to a Dutch bar to, hopefully see a Griekspoor win. Yeah, it felt like that was like 3 straight backhands off the line there in that rally.
Yeah, honestly, it did feel like that. It did feel like he was just pounding the baseline and just nailing it every single time. Because I don't have my sound on, I was kind of expecting them to stop playing because I thought one of them must surely be out, but they all clipped the back of the baseline, and I mean now it's 4-1. I mean it's only just the one mini break, but 4-1 seems like a big margin.
Yeah. I think this first point after the changeover is going to be pretty important for Majchrzak.
Yeah, absolutely.
You lose that, you put Griekspoor in a position where you can essentially serve for the match.
Yeah.
So this is a pretty important point for him.
Land that first serve. Which he doesn't.
Jake, appreciate you for tuning in.
See you, Jake.
Enjoy work.
Pleasure, as always. Well,
see you again soon.
Majchrzak to preview for the two Houston semis. Yeah.
Yeah, Houston semis for sure.
Yeah, boys, unfortunately I have to go after this breaker, no matter the result. But of course, always fun time.
Yeah.
Doing a watch along with you guys. So
this is becoming a little bit of a regular occurrence, us three.
yeah.
But
well, if it does go to a third set, then I might be able to get back on. So I don't know what I'm rooting for here now.
Well,
Griekspoor takes a
2 points
lead.
away.
Yeah.
Once again, he's 2 points away. Obviously, at 15-30 on the Majchrzak serve at 5-4. Now 5-3 in the breaker. Brooksby Paul played that crazy level in Dallas. That was a great match.
Yeah, we'll figure something out here for the end if it does end after this tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Do a quick run around of the tennis world. Lots happening. There are 5 tournaments this week.
Yeah, there are lots of tournaments. And then, yeah, Bogota is happening, obviously, in Colombia. Not much attention getting paid to that one currently on social media, but
no. I mean, I think Soria is the only seeded player in the semifinals.
Three match points for Tallon. And it's a great pass to end it.
That was really good.
A fantastic pass to end it. Tallon gets the better of Majchrzak in a great 2-set battle, actually. Majchrzak falling just short. Won't be his first final on the ATP Tour, but it will be another final for Tallon Griekspoor. Excellent performance.
Yeah. It was really good from him, and it'll be a nice boost for Majchrzak in the rankings as well. He's had a good week.
Yeah, overall great week. Good serving from Tallon there. You know, and then played a good breaker. So all in all, a lot of fun. We'll catch you guys soon.
Yeah.
See you later. See you very soon.
Cheers.
Take care.
Have a good rest of your Saturday.
You as well.
Thank you. Right.
That was a great match.
It was actually. I was very impressed with Griekspoor's serving. Served expertly well, especially in that love 40. He was obviously love 40 down and then produced 3 aces, I think, to turn it around and give him the advantage. So yeah. And I really like Tallon as a player, and I think his game's really interesting to watch. So I was more than happy to see him get the win today.
That's been great. It's his first clay court final on the ATP Tour. I think he's had a couple of challengers on clay. Maybe. So that's good. And obviously last year he played an insane schedule. I think he had like 19 matches against 10 players, which is a lot for anybody at any stage of any tournament, no matter where you're going through. So, I mean, just a difficult stage. So he's gotten a couple of top 10 wins this year. Zverev, Medvedev. So converting some of those now, going up in the rankings. I believe he's 35th now. I don't remember exactly, but it'll be good for him. Plays Darderi in the finals. I looked up the head-to-head earlier, and that's 2-0 in favor of Griekspoor. Played twice last year, including at Roland Garros. So, interesting.
Yeah, this is his 4th ATP final. He has 2 titles, so he won in Pune, India at the start of 2023, and then he won, I'm not going to try and pronounce it, the grass Dutch tournament, Hagenbosch, and then those are his 2 titles, and then obviously he lost in the 500 Washington final to Dan Evans in the same year, so all 3 of his titles and finals coming in the same year on the same surface. So yeah, great opportunity for him to get a clay court title under his belt, and in a match that he goes into it as the favorite, I would say.
Yeah, I think he's the favorite, and I mean, tough to tell like how much at the end of this match is fatigue, or like if there's other things happening.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know that there's too much to read into there. It doesn't seem like he's physically hindered in any way. So I think he'll do well, but I mean, Darderi has been playing really well. And yeah, I think Griekspoor is going to have to serve well again. If points start extending and Darderi is able to produce on the backhand side tomorrow, like it might be an advantage for him, but it should be a good match.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What shall we preview? This is the big question. Do you have any preferences?
I feel like I know most about Charleston and Houston, but
yeah, no, it's good with me.
Yeah.
Should we do Houston?
We could do Houston.
Yep. Great. So 2 semifinals in Houston coming up this evening with Tommy Paul taking on Jensen Brooksby and Nakashima taking on Tiafoe. How do you see those panning out, Hassan?
In the first one, I think like Paul Brooksby. I think it's just good to see Brooksby playing at a decent level again and getting to the state tournament. It's been, he just came back at the beginning of this year from his 2-year suspension. So it's been a little bit slow to this point, but I mean, you have 2 years off from anything. It's going to take you some time to find form. So
Absolutely.
Really happy to see him producing again. Tommy Paul's had a decent year so far. Hasn't been great yet, but I think he's been playing well overall. I think this tournament is a big chance for him to get a title here on clay to begin this season, this clay court stretch of the season. But I think I'm leaning Paul in this one. His consistency the last few weeks has been pretty good. He he doesn't lose to many players that he shouldn't lose to. How do you see this one?
Well, I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna say Brooksby. I'm gonna go Brooksby in 3. I think Paul has played very consistently this year, but can sometimes have a moment where he just drops off. And I think Brooksby, he's always super pumped up and he's ready to go in his matches. Obviously has such an unorthodox style of tennis, and I think it suits that specific court in Houston. Paul was obviously pushed in his last match by Garin, and I think maybe it's a great opportunity for Brooksby to get a top 15 win, and I think he'll move on to the final.
Yeah, and Brooksby did take out the 3 seed below earlier in this tournament, so not like the first highly ranked player that he's going to take on here. So I'm not really worried about his nerves being an issue or anything. I think he's going to come out and play well.
Yeah, but it should be a close match, and I'm excited for it.
I think so. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be easy. I do think I would take Paul, but I don't think it's going to be like 1-3 or anything. Could look a lot more like this match that we just saw with Majchrzak and Griekspoor, where it's 7-5 and then a tie break in the second set. So
I'm taking Brooksby just because I feel as though there's one of those upsets brewing. I feel as though there's usually 1 or 2 big upsets a week, and I wouldn't class it as like a huge upset because we know Brooksby has a super high level in him, but I think it's still classified as an upset. Just have one of those feelings that he's going to be taken out.
Oh, definitely. And I mean, until Paul goes out and proves that he is not going to have a random terrible match every tournament, it's fair. Like, Brooksby is really good and can challenge him.
And our second semifinal is Francis Tiafoe versus Brandon Nakashima.
That one's going to be interesting, I think.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think so much will depend on which version of Tiafoe we get.
Which seems to be the case in most tournaments apart from the US Open.
Yes. So they both played well so far. Nakashima took out Mackenzie McDonald and then Chris Eubanks in the last round. And then Tiafoe took out Adam Walton in the second round, and then Alex Mickelson in the quarterfinals.
Great result against Mickelson, especially.
Very
Mickelson's a tricky customer.
Mm-hmm. It's this one, I don't know that I have a great read on it. I think I trust Nakashima on clay a little bit more than I do Tiafoe, but I mean, Tiafoe has played well this week, so.
Current head-to-head's 4-1 Tiafoe, but with them playing in Tokyo, Atlanta, and then in Miami and Indian Wells and Acapulco. Stretching back to 2021, they've only played once since 2022, which was in Tokyo, where Nakashima took him out last year. So I'm favoring Nakashima on this one. I think maybe even in 2, maybe 4 and 5, maybe. But yeah, I think Nakashima's been playing well. I think Nakashima's had a better start to the year than Tiafoe has, and I think he'll come through.
Yeah, it's been a better start to the year, and I do feel like I trust him on clay a little bit more than I trust Tiafoe. Like
Tiafoe definitely is weaker surface.
Yeah, it's Houston. It's not like this is true orange clay, red clay that you get in Europe. Like it's a little bit different. But yeah, if I had to pick one of those two, I think I'm leaning Nakashima. I think that could go 3 sets though.
Yeah. Right. Well, thank you very much, Carson. It was a pleasure as always. So Marrakech final tomorrow will be Griekspoor versus Darderi. And yeah, we will see you very soon. Thank you all very much for tuning in. And Carson, I will see you very soon, and I'll see everyone else very soon. Thank you very much.
See you all soon. Bye.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.